Hello everyone, this is Omar Alvarado of the Paradiddler.com, the blog for all things drumming. Thanks for tuning in. And this video is an update of a video I did eons ago about what my kit is. I said at one point that when we sign into forums and stuff, in our signature we have what drums we're using. And I decided to not just do that, but to also have a video showing you what I have. So that's what this video is all about. So let's get right to it. Well, what would a drum set be without drums? Wouldn't be a drum set. So this is my drum set. This is a DW Pacific FS Series Birch kit. I started off initially with a 5-piece kit. We got the 22-inch kick down here, and initially I had the 10-inch tom, the 12-inch tom, and the 14-inch suspended floor tom. But recently I've added a 8-inch tom over here, which I really like the melodic possibilities. Some people say that less is more. I don't. I say whatever you feel comfortable playing with, that's what you should get. I actually planned on adding a few more drums, maybe another floor tom over here and maybe a couple of timbali toms up here, like mini timbalis and whatnot. But anyway, so I have this 6-piece kit. And I actually don't have the snare, the FS snare, currently on my kit because I'm replacing one of the heads. I just have it taken apart somewhere. So right now I'm using my 5x13-inch, what I call my #1 snare, the anniversary snare also is what it's called. And it's a metal snare. It's also by DW Pacific, has a nice pop to it. So that's currently what's set up on my kit. So that's it as far as the drums go. Next part of my kit I'd like to discuss a little bit are the cymbals. The brand that I use is Sabian, and there are different lines that I use in their, within their brands. For example, I have the Sabian B8s. They're pretty much entry-level cymbals. I have a few of those. For example, I have the B8 14-inch hi-hats. I also have the 15-inch crash over here, and I have this 18-inch crash ride. I spoke about that particular cymbal in a previous article called To Crash Ride or Not to Crash Ride that you may want to read up on again because I have acted upon it. I'll tell you that in a moment. But another of my cymbals that I have that I really like a lot is this 10-inch XS20 Splash. Really like that cymbal a lot. And last but not least, the cream of the crop, the crown jewel of my kit, is right over here. It's the Paragon 22-inch ride. I absolutely love that cymbal, and I got it for a really good price actually, and someday I'll explain how I did it. Maybe you guys can do that as well. Get good drumming stuff cheap. But anyway, that's my cymbal setup. B8s, 14-inch hi-hat, 15-inch crash, which I'm not crazy about that cymbal, but it'll do. 18-inch crash ride, the 10-inch XS20 Splash, and the 22-inch Paragon ride. Now I want to talk a little bit briefly about some of the hardware that I use on my kit. Probably my most famous or infamous, depending on what you think, a part of my kit are my double bass pedals. I used to have the Vex Pro Touring double bass pedals, which I still have tucked away, but I've now gone to these pedals that you see here. They're the offset double bass pedals, and as you can see, it puts the beaters in the middle, and you have your pedal to the left and right of the bass drum, just as if you had two bass drums. So it allows you to be centered behind the kit, which I really like a lot. So I endorse this pedal, and I've written an article at my website reviewing them to, in much detail. So you can check out the article there and see if they might be good for you as well, or at least to try. So that's the cream of the crop as far as my hardware goes. I have a Pearl hi-hat stand, and I have DW tom clamps and stands, and I use sound percussion stands as well for the cymbals, and also a Yamaha snare stand. So it's a cornuptia of different hardware items that I have And these are my two dogs. As far as the sticks that I use, mainly I use ProMark sticks. I like ProMark because my favorite drummer growing up used them, and I find that's a good enough reason to use a certain brand of sticks, although that's the part of my drumming that I've paid probably the least amount of attention to as far as, you know, what I use. I do have some Vic Firth sticks as well. So if any company, any drumstick company wants to endorse the Paradiddler.com or the Paradiddler me, they can give me their sticks and I'll use them. But for the most part, my sticks are ProMark. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is my #1 fan. So that's my kit. I hope you enjoyed watching the details of what I'm currently using. I like the kit a lot, and as you know, many drummers do, they're always looking for ways to move things around and improve their play. I'm always doing that. I'm never satisfied with how my setup is, so I tinker with it just like many of us do. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line at theparadiddler.com. My email is there, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and that's a wrap.